Wagwan fams, welcome back to Vibrators. So today I'll be showing you guys how to do an UpDo braid leading into a bun on a natural hair. And be aware that the clients have a little grey hair in her hair, so I'll be showing you guys a little detail on how to dye out the grey hair and get them black. I have also added some detailed information on how to do Feed In Braids. I know you guys want to see that, so please stick around. If you're new to my channel and you're liking my content so far, please hit the subscribe button, turn your post notification bell on to be notified every time I post a video. And if you're already a part of the fam club, and if you're already a part of the fam club, thank you guys for the support. I really love and appreciate you guys. Keep the support coming.
Check. You know, from here the check, is a voice upgrade, right? So let's get straight to it. Today we're working with a thick 4C natural hair. It's a bit gray, so we're dyeing it out so that it can be black. We're using just a regular dye. You can use whichever dye that is recommended for natural hair. We are applying the dye and then we're going to let it set for 15 minutes. Today we're doing the style UpDo braid. So that means everything will be going up in one to meet at the back in the center. So now I'm just parting out the section that all of the other braids will be meeting with, a little circle. Then I'll be just plaiting that. And of course, as I said, it's 4C thick hair, so I'm combing it out, applying a little bit of Ocean wax to the base to keep it in. And then here we're just plaiting first, and then we'll be adding some expression braids because the client has desired a particular length, and we want to make sure that the root plait, which is the root, because all of the other braids will be meeting this plait, is the length that is required. Now we're getting into it. The first cane row, we're just parting out the section, and now we're getting the rest of the hair out of the way. Of course, you know that you will part, apply a little bit of Ocean wax or whichever wax you use, then part again so it's refined, then comb out the hair, and we're going to apply a little Ocean wax to the base so that the hair is held in and we have a little moisture when we're cane rowing as well. Now we're adding the expression braids. For this style and the clients here will be using 2 packs of expression braids. Of course, we can't tell you how much to use whenever you're doing a style. It all depends on the client's request in regards to the length and the size of the client's head, of course. But for this style we'll be using 2 packs of expression braids, and we're just cane rowing until we reach close to the middle part. We start plaiting out the rest of it and adding more expression braids as needed to reach the desired length. So we're going to do this again. Basically, part, apply your Ocean wax, part again to refine the part, and then comb out the client's hair. Apply Ocean wax to the root or whichever wax you're using, and then now we're feeding in the expression braids. Now we did promise you some detailed information of how to do Feed In Braids. If you want to see that, stick around. That will be coming in a few minutes. But of course, this is just, us showing you to basically feed in, leading into UpDo. As you can see, the parts are slant and it's going toward that center plait that we did in the upper back of the client's head. And as we braid along, we then reach the center, so we're now just plaiting out the rest and adding more expression braids as needed. Now we're getting to the details of how to feed in braid, but first we're gonna have a commercial break.
Thank you for sticking with me this far in the video. If you have reached this far in the video, I know you like the video, so I hope you hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed, I hope you hit the subscribe button. Guys, we have some videos coming for you, and we're aiming to reach 40k by the end of this month. So guys, run up the channel, show some support, share the channel, and let the people them know that there's some good content over here so they can subscribe.
Alright, so to the meat of the matter, all of the farms that have been asking how to feed in braid, you know, of course, after parting out the section that you'll be cane rowing and combing it out, applying some wax to the base, you're gonna get the braid, in this case expression braid we're using, a very small amount compared to the part that you've done. You're gonna use your dominant hand to separate that braid and then start cane rowing with the expression braid, just like you see that I'm doing here. Now, because you want to increase the size of the cane row but not having it look too bulgy at the front, we're gonna keep adding extremely small amounts. After about 3 rotations or 2 rotations each time, you'd realize that once I apply the hair like that, I do about 2 rotations with my fingers to get the cane rowing done. Then I apply more small amount of expression braid. By doing it this way, you will see the size increase gradually, like you're seeing there, where it starts out extremely small. You're not able to tell that, you know, there is false hair being added. So the size keeps increasing because we're adding more braid. So it gets thicker and thicker. Now you will keep adding braid until you reach the desired thickness. And if you pay close attention to my fingers, basically I'm using my left hand each time to go around grabbing the client's hair like I'm plaiting, but each time that I move my fingers, I'm grabbing a new section of the hair. That way you're basically cane rowing instead of plaiting, because you know that the plaiting you'll stay one place and just plait all the way out. But when you're cane rowing, each rotation that you're doing with your finger, you'll take a different piece of the client's hair. Now of course, you know, I never leave out the kids at the back who are chatting with their friends, not paying attention, so I'm going to do it again. Part out the section that you'll be cane rowing, applying some ocean wax here, then I part again to make sure that the part is refined. And then the next thing we're going to do is to comb out the client's hair and apply some ocean wax to the base. Of course, as usual, you're gonna make sure you're not unbugged by any excess hair. You could just put it out of the way with some elastic. So again, we're gonna take a very small amount of expression braid and we're gonna start adding that braid to the client's hair. Pay close attention to my fingers because you missed it the first time. I hope you get it this time. Each time I'm using my left hand to hold the braid in place if I'm going to take hair like that, the expression braid. After 2 rotations, I hold here again with my left hand and reach for some more braid. And then I'm adding small amounts. I'm not just adding a lot of hair at once. It will look bulgy and too big at the front. So we keep adding small amounts until we get the desired thickness. That way you have that gradual increase in the size so it looks natural. I mean, everybody knows that you've added the expression braid, but you can't just look at it and say, hey, that is obvious. You're seeing a neat, refined look. You just know that, hey, false hair is there, but it's not obvious. So we're going to test to see who are actually listening to the instructions. Basically, I want you guys who have actually watched the videos from the channel to comment some styles that you have not seen on the channel as yet and you would like to see that style. If the style is already there, then it doesn't make any sense for you to say that you want that style. It will only tell us that you have not really looked at the videos. And of course, it's your choice if you don't want to watch all the videos, but if you don't watch the videos, it don't make any sense that you make a request because it means you're not really a fan. So it wouldn't make any sense for you to make a request. So if you've checked out the videos on the channel and you don't see a particular video, you can always recommend a video that you'd like to see. It doesn't mean, however, that the video will be done immediately, but we will get to it as soon as we get a client. And of course, you guys know that I will always trim any hair, any excess hair from my work because I want it to look neat. I pride in my hair looking neat. And then after that, voila, we're gonna do some hot water, steaming hot water, and we're using a little towel to apply the hot water because again we still have not figured out how to throw it on the client's hair without them being burnt up. And now I'm gonna create that bun, which is simple, basically just bringing the hair around and then using a small section to lock it in. Then we're going to use elastic bands over that to make sure it stays in. And you could tell that my client is old school, so of course she didn't request any excessive edges. Edges is a new thing, you know, so yeah. And we're using Fashion Plus wax, just gathering whatever hair is left as an edge, and there you have that finished look, neat as usual. So I hope you liked the video, share it and subscribe and keep watching.